Hi, I'm Roxy.
And I'm Diana. This is We Watch Stupid. It's episode 15 of season 6 of Before the 90 Days. Every Time We Say Goodbye, which we just looked up is some Tom Hanks movie that has a bad review.
It's got a 5.8 out of
Yeah.
10 on IMDb. It's about a Protestant. I don't know why Protestant is important. World War II pilot and a Jewish girl fall in love in Jerusalem.
That's why
Even
it's
though,
important.
oh, that was a big deal back then. Yeah. I'm a heathen. I don't think about this stuff. I did want to ask you about your plans for all of the reality shows coming up. We have Love is Blind season 5, I think,
Ooh.
coming up in like 2 weeks. I think the premiere date September 22nd. We
Perfect.
have I know you watch The Bachelor. Are you planning on watching The Bachelor?
I'll be watching Bachelor in Paradise. I don't know if I can stomach The Golden Bachelor, but I'm sure going to try.
Okay. I would love to hear updates. I don't know where I can watch it because I don't have cable, but
Hulu.
I Hulu? Okay. I'm gonna try and watch Golden Bachelor because it seems like it's gonna be weird.
Yeah. I want them to be young. I want them to be like in their 30s. I don't want them to be 60 or 70.
Well, apparently that's what they are. They're all the women are between 60 and 75.
Boring. Yeah.
Or what if they were like older? Like
Like 90.
80 to 90. It's
Oh,
just
you can
him like
dream.
wheeling them around and like rubbing Aspercream on their joints.
That's love.
Yeah. Kind
It's
of
like
like
a group
Misha.
date.
Yeah, Misha. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Gross.
Sorry. Yeah, Misha and Nicola.
And then there's also season 10 of the OG Before the 90 Days is coming back in October. I don't
Ooh.
think there's a premiere date yet, but pretty sure that our telenovela producer and her soon-to-be husband, Gino and
Yeah.
Jasmine, will be on
Based
it.
on the little clip from the next time on.
Yeah. I'm so curious what's it gonna be like to see them in Michigan?
Well, I think she's going to bring a lot of style to Michigan.
Yeah.
A lot
She's
of
gonna be the
drama.
only one wearing colors.
The only one with like 4 foot or 4-inch claws on her hand.
Yeah. All you do is compare me to your family.
Yeah.
To just let me know that they are more important than me. Walk away.
Also, I started watching the first season of 90 Days UK and weirdos.
Oh my god, but isn't it the production is so much better though. It's like so much more fast-paced. But
Yeah.
yes, some serious weirdos. Like
Mhm.
that how far into it are you?
I think I'm 4 episodes into the first season, so I'm not on the new season.
Okay. So you've met Sean and his like have you gotten to like how gross his apartment is?
But is Sean the one that has the kid and
Mhm.
Christine from the Philippines? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm, and she's,
Okay.
like, not feeding him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I
And, like,
forget
the
who else.
parents don't think that the son is his.
Yeah.
Like,
So wild. And Katie
oh
and Alejandro are so weird and uncomfortable. Like,
oh, okay, so he's from Guadalajara?
yeah.
Yeah, and and she's, like, a nurse or something,
Uh-huh.
and then there's the guy from Japan that's, like, Victoria's man of
Oh my
mystery.
god! I love Sean. He's the Japanese man of mystery. He's the best part of that season for me. Oh my god, he's so funny. Like I just love that you don't know like is he trolling us or is he just this weird? I think it's a
No,
little bit
he's
of both.
trolling us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. I love him so much. Highly recommend 90 Day UK. Some primo weirdos. Season 2, Katie and Alejandro eventually get married in Mexico.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry. I mean, it's already
Sorry. I mean, shame on me for not keeping up.
But she and her British family cannot pronounce Guadalajara for the life of them. They keep saying Guadalajara like they do it.
She's the one that lives with her or was raised by her grandma.
Yeah.
And the grandma, yeah.
Guadalajara. We're going to. They're just so wild. She like can't handle any spicy food. She like, oh my God. And Alejandro goes to the UK and he's just so cold the whole time.
Yeah.
Like he looks so sad and cold the whole time. Oh my gosh. Good stuff.
Well, let's jump to the UK, shall we?
Yeah,
Should we go to Cleo and Christian? They only have one segment.
Yeah, we can do that.
So, yeah, really quick. I know you have a gluten intolerance, but can you eat like do you remember the last time you had a donut?
I mean, there's like mochi donuts here, so they're like made out of like rice
Seattle.
flour.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Donuts are popular right now. Do you like that? Now. Like, just like Cleo said, overwhelming. Like, there's just so many things going on with the donuts. Do you like that?
No, not my fave thing. There's like this place in Portland that is like so touristy.
Voodoo.
It's called Voodoo. I'm sure you've been there, but they just put all kinds of shit on there, and I think that's kind of where I think they kind of kicked off that trend of all that crap on donuts, and it's just like not good. Like donuts are good enough. You don't need all the extra.
It's fried dough with sugar on it. Yeah. Like I don't need a candy bar on top of it.
Christian seems very stoked. He just goes, "Big bite, boy," and then like stuffs half a donut in his face. I'm like, you are 10. Yeah. You're 10 years old, man.
And Cleo said that the best one was just the plain glazed one.
Yeah.
You know,
yes.
It was just like so awkward when they were ordering, and then he starts going beep bop boop to the chip insert. Like, oh, okay.
You just like can't. Yeah, could you imagine him as like an 8-year-old? He was that kid in class that was just like bouncing off the walls.
I think I'm related to one.
You have a future Christian in your family?
Yes. I try to put him in his place. He's 8 years old. But yeah, Nicole's not going to listen to this. I tell her all the time, like, you guys need to move. He's embarrassed himself a lot at that school. Because like I think you and I have talked about it. Like this guy, Sean P., he had some drool issue when he was like, he had some sort of like salvatory thing when he was in second grade. And if anyone brings him up, I'm like, oh, drool machine.
You just, you like,
he didn't even do anything.
Yeah, you can't live stuff like that down. Kids are so mean. There was this kid that moved to California, to our area in 4th grade from Oregon. And like, he was a weird dude and had like a really big head. We could have teased him for that. But instead we just called him like Oregon boy. And like, that was enough to make him like traumatized and upset. Kids are so mean.
Yeah. They're terrible. So Christian, as he's doing his big boy bite.
Yeah.
They start having a conversation about him talking to girls in bars. And like Cleo expresses that she doesn't like she doesn't say trust, but like, is he going to be hitting on girls? Like, yeah. And he says that there's nothing about the way he approaches a girl in a bar that would make them think that he wants, something more, that he's flirting.
A, how do you know that? How do you know you're not in that other person's brain? B, you're in a society. So, no, you don't get to dictate how your behavior looks within a society, sir.
Yeah.
You don't dictate the norms for society. I'm sorry.
It,
She also prefaces all of this saying that she's like, listen, network if you need to for like, I'm not going to stop you talking to people for like work. I'm not going to like stop you talking to the friends that you already have. I'm not going to stop you from like
mhm.
socializing with like women you already know or like groups of people. But like, if you're zeroing in on a single woman at a bar, like it's a pretty specific instance. She's like, I would not be comfortable with it. She doesn't even say, you can't do that. She says, I'm not comfortable with it. And when you
Mhm.
set boundaries, when you set good boundaries are for you. They're like, it's like, I will not tolerate this behavior. I'm going to leave. I'm not going to have this relationship with you
Yeah.
if X happens. And so I think she's setting a good boundary, but he just has no self awareness and just becomes defensive immediately.
No self-awareness, and like he becomes defensive, but he's also trying to like sweet talk his way into still being able to flirt. And I mean, I am a beauty queen. So I know that every time a guy talks to me, they are hitting on me. No. But like guys, like I think the only way that you would think a guy was who is approaching you in a bar is not hitting on you in some way. If even if is like if they lead with like, "This is my wife. This is my
Yeah.
girlfriend," or like,
Hmm.
"Hey, my girlfriend likes wine. Is that one a good wine? I'll get it ready for her." Like when they like but at the same time, maybe they want me as a threesome.
That's what I was about to say. I'm like, but even then, it's 2023. They
Yeah.
could be like, you have good third energy. Want to join us?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess I should edit where I say, "My monogamous partner is coming. Do you like that wine?"
I had got lunch with a friend last week, and she was telling me how this guy that we were both on like a volunteer group with, like invited her for coffee like before he moved to Portland, and it was like fine. And then he invited her to coffee when he was like back in town visiting friends, and she was like, that's kind of weird because we weren't that close, and like we only had like coffee one time because I like wanted to say goodbye to him. And then she said like 10 minutes into the conversation he starts bringing up how he and his partner are opening up their relationship, and like all the alarm bells start going off in
Yeah.
her. What I'm trying to say is men are predators and they're perverts and you can't trust them. And he just like, he's shown him, he also says like, I haven't done anything on this trip to make her not trust me. And I like, all he needs to say to her is like, I hear you, I understand. He doesn't understand, so that's why he's not saying that, but
Yeah.
that's what she's looking for. I think that's why she gets so visibly upset. But he
Mhm.
like just demonstrates so clearly that he has no desire to compromise. Like there could be a place for compromise here, and he just defend, defend, defend. You know?
Mhm. It goes right over his head. And even just
Yeah.
like that weird thing with the card chip, he wasn't looking at Cleo like,
Uh-huh.
I'm so funny. I'm going to make you laugh." Like he was looking right at the donut time girl.
That's
Like
true.
he was kind of
Yeah.
like doing a weird, like that's
Doing bits for her. Trying to,
terrible flirting, but
yeah.
that's a form of it
It's just so clear that he needs external validation to like prop himself up in every
constantly. Yeah.
single instance, and it's like, I mean, even that to me would be so unattractive. Like outside of everything else shitty he's done, like tell her he didn't want to hold her hand or kiss her in the airport because she's trans,
Mhm.
invite a rando to her house for Thanksgiving, lie about having sex with her, like
None of that was made her feel like he couldn't be trusted. None of that. Nothing
I
on
know,
this
like
trip.
where has he been? Like where has he been in like a on a different trip?
Fucking yeah, he has. It was his first time out of the country. I mean, how crazy is it that he met an American in London?
Wow. That's
An
wild. That's
idiot.
crazy. It's like the countries speak the same language and it's a 5-hour flight from New York. It's like so weird.
Just such a coincidence.
Such a coinky dink. She must
Yeah.
have been there just to meet him.
Yeah.
He sucks. I hope they break up. They kind of tease it in the next time on, but who the fuck knows with those
Yeah.
things.
They toy with our emotions.
I did find Cleo's cat's Instagram today.
Okay.
Real stars of the show.
Yes.
The cats are named uh like Kari or Corey and Arva or something.
Oh.
One of them had to go to the vet recently. It was very upsetting.
Oh,
But yeah, they're super freaking cute. So I'm very excited I found that.
good. I'm
Anyways.
happy for you.
Anything else on these two? There's Christian's stupid. I hate him.
Yeah. No, let's jump to Sheila and David.
Yeah, that's
We
enough
get
on
it. They
really.
like each other, okay?
This is like I realized whether the producers intended it or not, like they are the kind of like emotional anchor for this season. Like I feel like happy seeing that. I mean, the storyline with like Sheila's mom dying is like
Wild.
horrific. And they're
Yeah.
gonna have I think they're gonna have a really hard time getting her to the US, surviving in the US. I think that is going to be really freaking hard. But just the way that they like care for each other is like so sweet to see. And like this is like how else like this type of relationship, their relationship would not have existed like 20 years ago. Like he would
Yeah.
have been able to like jump on an international dating app and like video chat with someone in the Philippines. Like they never would have met
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Totally. You're right.
It's so interesting to me.
Technology, it's for love
It's for love and porn.
and porn. It's maybe the same thing.
A little bit of column A, a
Yeah.
little bit of column B. What did you think about them talking about boning the night before?
So as they were packing and they were having just like small talk where I'm like, whoa, can you like not tell jokes and sign? Like this is just like I was trying to think like Brody and I might be having similar like back and forth while we're packing, but
Mhm.
like maybe we'd throw in like, you know, like saying something like a little quirky or like
Yeah.
wording something like differently that's like playful and fun, but like you can't exactly do that with sign. But then
Yeah.
he started talking about doing it.
He was stoked about that.
Yeah. And I was
All
like,
of
I guess you
the
can.
all of the different signs for the positions. Tears missionary was like scissoring and he did a sign for doggy style. It didn't quite pick that one up, but oh my god. And the smile on his face was like contagious. Like I just was laughing so hard because he thought it was hilarious to like tell her recount every single position that they did.
Every
the night
single two
before.
positions.
Yeah. Oh my god. I also wrote down his face is still very red. Is he okay?
Ah. He's in the Philippines.
It's hot.
Hopefully Nebraska isn't as warm for him.
Yeah.
So they go and they tell the dad and John Riel, the son, that
Mm-hmm.
they're engaged and are both happy and think it's good. John Riel reacts like a kid, like the houses are big and they're like the food is delicious. But he does have like he says that I was now that I've met him and I see that he cares about my mom and he's like happy even though he's mute. Like it was sweet. But what's gonna happen to the dad? Is the dad coming too?
That's what I was wondering because he's in this house that's being rebuilt, but he looks pretty old and like not in good health. Like he
Fragile.
doesn't have any teeth. Yeah, he
Mhm.
just doesn't look like he's doing super good. But I mean, you can do like I think there's like family reuniting visas, maybe. Maybe they're going to try and bring him over. I don't know. That's pretty
Mm.
hard, but not unheard of. But then, like, with John Real, like, he says he's going to go, but, like, does he really have a choice? Like, he's like, what, 10, 11?
Yeah. He probably doesn't, but
Asking for the sake of it. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, but then did you find it weird when he was like, "Are you guys gonna have 5 kids?"
Yeah, that was
And they were
so
like, "Yeah,
specific.
probably."
I don't know. David seems pretty stressed out about the visa, a house, plane tickets, a wedding.
Lawyer, wedding. Yeah.
So I don't know how the expenses of 5 kids are going to fit in there. But yeah, if John Real wants siblings, sure.
Yeah. How long do you think it's gonna take for him to be able to save up to get her over there?
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, and the immigration lawyer. So like the visa process, I think, is like 10 grand. And I don't know if that includes like an immigration lawyer. But then if he's getting another plane ticket, that's, you can get to the Philippines for like, I don't know, $1,000, $1,500. Yeah.
But that's also how much the house costs.
Yeah. 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 He's looking at like 20 grand to like fix her house, get the visa, get that like visit, and then get her here.
It's gonna be years.
Unless he can find like higher paying jobs or maybe like move somewhere where there's higher paying jobs, move in with family. I don't know.
I hope I hope it's not years, but I think it's gonna be years. So they go to the airport, everyone's so sweaty. There's so many tears. We get it. You like each other. Where's Amy? I miss her.
I know. She just fell off the face of the planet. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they decided, like, well, we need to teach Sheila all of the signs for all these sex positions, and we can't do that with Amy around. So, yeah, Piv just made a really good sign for
That's
sex.
my favorite one.
That actually, I'm pretty sure in sign. Oh no, that's when you do your thumb. If you take your fist off of your thumb, that means poop.
Can I go like
Shithead, I don't know.
head?
Poop head, I don't know.
Okay, I'm happy for them.
I thought the little scene of them like looking at each other through the glass was a little weird, but they just like each other.
They like
It was-
each other. We get
yeah,
it. Yeah,
we
no, that's
get
probably
it.
when I wrote we get it.
Okay, anything else on them? Do you want to go to Statler and
Mm-mm.
Dempsey?
Yeah. Oh my god. Statler has to say that they had castle sex, obviously.
So dumb.
And then in the car ride, she like pats herself on the back for having him stay at a castle. I want to clarify if I didn't last week. It's not like they rented out the whole castle for them. They rented a room in the castle. It's like an Airbnb. It's like a bed and breakfast. Like
Yeah, totally.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe she's just, stoked that she thought of it and found the castle because, you know, if her equivalent of like bare minimum is Hungry Man meals, then, getting on an internet site and doing some research is probably like a big deal for her. I don't
yeah.
know.
You're right.
Something like that.
So they start talking about kids in the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah. And apparently this is different than what, like, I am having a hard time because both of them seem to have interpreted their previous conversation about kids different.
It seemed like they like Dempsey was like, I'd like kids, but it's not a deal breaker. And Statler was like, I don't know if I want kids. Like
but
it
is
could go
now
either
saying
way.
that it's a deal
Yeah,
breaker.
and even like through this episode, Statler went from like, I don't know if I want to have kids to I don't want kids.
Yeah,
And
it's very
it's not going to
weird.
work out with us if you want kids.
I think that's probably part of the love bombing. She just wanted to say what it would take to like get
Mm-hmm.
Dempsey to like her and to stay engaged in the long distance relationship.
Which is so pathetic and immature and just it's manipulative, right?
Totally. Yeah. And I mean, luckily, Dempsey seems to have like a very strong compass as far as like what she wants out of life. And yeah, it doesn't seem like she's going to be kind of like rolled over by Statler being like changing her mind. I do like that. So Statler asked kind of a shitty question, like, why do you want kids? Just kind
She
of,
was being so rude at that breakfast.
I know. And she was just like drizzling honey and not really paying attention as Dempsey's like, hey, I'd like to talk about our future now. And then I thought Dempsey had like a very sweet and like very logical response to why you want kids. I don't want kids. I've never really felt that like maternal desire, but like hearing Dempsey like really articulate specific reasons why she would want to be a parent, I'm like, wow, that really makes sense for you. She said that she thinks she'd be a good mother. You can learn a lot from kids. I thought that's a really good reason because like I don't know, I don't hate being around kids. They can be like very whimsical and funny and they just see things in a different way. And then she wants to kind of like replicate the good family relationships that she had. And that seems to trigger Statler, understandably.
The whole kid situation really triggered Statler. And like, because she shut down immediately when Dempsey started bringing it up during breakfast. But yeah, I agree with you. Dempsey had great answers. I've asked people that question lots of times, and no one can articulate it. They're like, "I just love kids. I've just always imagined myself as a mother." Like,
Yeah. Or they say that I want she said this too, but she was like, I just want a little me running around. And I think that's a little bit creepy and self-obsessed. I don't think that's a good reason to have kids, but I thought that she made a good case for herself. And then didn't Statler doesn't have like enough self-awareness or like she hasn't like worked through her shit enough to be like, I'm sorry, I'm like overwhelmed or like I'm having a hard time with this conversation because of my background. I mean, she says it a little bit, but like,
but at the end,
yeah,
like where
right.
she had already shut down, she had already pushed her away.
Yeah, totally.
Her family, it seems like she is internalizing a lot. I don't think that her family necessarily rejected her the way that it comes across. And isn't she in therapy? Is she like is she trying to work past this at all? Because I hear plenty of beautiful adoption stories.
She's making up a story about her parents and she doesn't actually know what they were thinking. She's making up that she was rejected before she was even born and she was snatched away from the hospital, but it's like there's a lot of reasons why people choose adoption and it's usually for the welfare of the kid and sometimes it's even like state mandated, it's like there's a lot of things that maybe her bio parents like didn't have like a choice in and that's the best thing that they could do for her at the time and like that doesn't make her experience any less shitty and that doesn't mean that she doesn't feel abandonment but she is making up stories about people she doesn't know.
Yeah, but thank you for making me sound more eloquent. And then she's just like putting all of this on Dempsey, and it's just
Totally. She says, I think it means that I'm not enough for her. That's a huge projection. That's a gigantic projection. That is not what Dempsey said. Dempsey says, I'm going to have a kid if I'm, even if I'm not with a person. That means that Dempsey just wants to be a parent. That doesn't mean that you're not enough. She's not listening. She
she's
doesn't
not
want
listening,
to.
but at the same time, it's why is it a deal breaker for you now, Statler? The kid thing, because before it
Oh,
wasn't.
because she was love bombing and they were an ocean apart on different continents, and she could just, like, make up whatever. I'm like Dempsey is very pissed about this. I think her reaction is I don't know, I feel both ways about it. I feel like it's both outsized and understandable. Like, I don't think Statler ever said, like, "Yes, 100% kids." They've also not been dating for that long. Like 7 months long distance. I don't care how long you've been long distance. I don't think it, like, counts that much. Okay, so you learned this about Statler. Great. Now you can break up and, like, go your separate ways. Like, it doesn't have to be this dramatic. It's just like you learned something new. It's upsetting, but you have new information.
Well, I think what's, like, extra upsetting is that Dempsey had come around to Statler's love bombing and, like, "Yeah, like, I like being with her. I'm happy in this relationship. Why am I trying to push her away?" And was kinda coming around to, like, her moving in. And now it's, like, this, like, hard and fast or this, like, hard line that both of them are essentially drawing right now. But I wrote down that, like, yeah, Statler, like, the next logical step is moving in together. Like, you're such an idiot.
What's gonna happen when your lease comes up? Are you gonna have to renew? Oh my god, the worst thing in the world.
Well, maybe she'll decide that she might want kids, you know? Maybe she will. And I just have to talk about myself for a moment. So, I didn't think I wanted kids for the longest time, but then I saw how much Brody wanted kids, and when we were dating, I was like, "I just never thought about kids. I don't think I want them, but I'm not gonna say no." And that's, like, what we went into, like, when we got married, it was like he wanted them. I was like, "Convince me, prove to me that this'll be fun."
Yeah.
And then I got Stockholm syndrome and, you know.
That's a great love story. Wow,
Yeah.
what a love story.
But basically, like, because both of them were wishy-washy, and then
Mm,
both of them went hard and fast.
super jarring. That makes sense. Yeah, it's a very weird interaction to be having. Yeah, very weird. I just wanna say I'm excited. I'm coming around to being excited about being an auntie. I was very confused when you said that you were gonna have a baby because you had never expressed that to me before, but now I'm excited. Now I'm on board.
Oh, thanks.
Baby shower is gonna be lit.
Kegs.
Kegs.
This isn't your normal baby shower.
It's a cool baby shower.
Yeah. Should we jump to it's my least favorite couple, but I think you have a different least favorite couple.
Mhm.
Violet and Riley,
Yeah, let's do that. Who do you think is my least favorite couple?
Amanda and Razvan.
Oh, actually, yeah, I think I hate Amanda
Amanda
more
more
than
than you hate
Riley.
Riley. Yeah.
Because Riley's just like, this is just so, I don't know, maybe this is misogynist, but like, he's just like par for the course for like men of this generation. Like, the bar is so low. And then, yeah, just Amanda is just like so disappointing at every
Yeah. Oh,
turn.
she really is. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so we open, they are getting like at a cafe, walking along, trying to recoup after the last time we saw them. Riley told Violet that he was gonna hire a PI, but then he actually didn't. And then she got super pissed off and was like, I want to go home. I never want to see you again. But here we are.
Mhm. So, I hate their conversations. It's him asking questions, they're leading questions, and I'm bored. Like, "Are you gonna be sad that I'm gone?" "Oh, I'm sad that I'm leaving." Like,
Like, she doesn't have like the most like, some people just kind of always have like a perky kind of smiley face. Like, that's not Violet, but like despite that, she just looks so exhausted by him all the time. I'm like, why would you want to feel this way? It almost is making me not like her that she's still hanging out with him. I'm like, okay, like you've have so many data points. Like, why are you still hanging out with this guy?
But
Like,
at the end of it,
right. Yeah,
sorry, I
we'll
should,
get there.
yeah, but sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, it's okay. Well, he's like, so he's apologizing in like a big way for like the second time in 2 weeks. This has been like a 2 week trip. And like maybe I'm underestimating that how many times he's apologized. It's just it's too many.
Yeah. And they're for like big things. Yeah, but she, at least at the cafe, she was kind of like buying it. I love how she words things. She's like, I don't know how I feel now. Like, you hurt me. I'm sad. But then she goes, uh, but you seem sincere. So then she's like, chill with him.
I don't know. She if I were Riley, someone who kind of like Christian needs a ton of validation to like pump up his ego, I would probably be losing my mind being around Violet because she is kind of enigmatic, which I think as myself makes her charming and hot. But like for Riley, this is just like a total mismatch. Like he wants a woman to just like basically grovel at his feet and want to suck his dick all day and tell him how awesome he is. And that's just never going to be Violet. He asks if she enjoyed the trip and she's just like, "No, you made me sad. You hurt me. You're fucked up. But I guess we'll keep trying. Maybe it'll take 100 years. I don't know."
Do you think you can walk away after 2 years?
Yes.
I do too.
Absolutely. Oh my god.
Like, it's
Yeah.
pathetic. I feel like,
It's so desperate.
yeah. She also said something that, like, well, if you change your personality,
Also, like, fuck, like 2 years. You can, like, nothing is set in stone. Like, relationships are a lot of work. Like, I think the first, like, 6 months of me living with my partner was me trying to throw all of his things away because I thought they were ugly and him being like, please don't. That took a lot of work to figure out. I'm exaggerating. It's not that
no,
bad, but it's also not that far off.
I've also gone through that.
Yeah. Actually, before we started recording, I was telling Diana how I have a drawer where I confiscate all of my partner's tattered clothes from the laundry and hide them so he can't wear t-shirts from like junior year of high school that are covered in holes.
But it's so soft.
Well, yeah, that is it's so comfy. It's broken in. I'm like, it's like 20 years old. It's gotta go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't give a shit anymore. Anyways, oh my god. Where were we?
So there's some weird interaction where he's like, so we have a date for tomorrow morning? I hate you.
Mhm. It's a
Um,
date. It's a date.
it's a
It's a
date. Oh
date.
my God. Wow. And then like she's gonna help him pack, like, blah. No. So they're just stupid and their conversations are just, again, so dumb. And then
What do you think about the vibe? So they show this ITM after they leave. So they like flip each other off at the cafe, which I guess is their way of saying I love you. So they like leave the cafe. They seem like they're going to work on it. Then they show this ITM that seemed really chill and it seemed to be talking about how they're going to work on it. But then this next scene, like, how do we reconcile the two? Like, why did they show us that ITM where they're saying, like, we're going to work on it? It's going to be chill.
well, maybe they're working on it, but oh, okay. I did have questions about ITMs with Gino and Jasmine, but like I don't know what to I don't know what to make of the ITNMs in the timeline of everything, because this conversation where he's so dumb and he says, "You know how I feel about you," and she's like, "No, tell me how you feel." And he's
Oh, I
like, "I really
love that.
care. I really care." Oh, you love that.
I just love that he was like, you
Oh,
like,
that she said that.
please project what you think I feel so I don't have to say it or come
Yeah,
up with anything or be vulnerable. And she's like, no, you idiot. Like, tell me how you feel. Like, she's
yeah.
so sick of these games.
Exactly. But he's like, "I really care about you. I might more than care about you." And then he's doing that game again where he's like, "So I might how might I feel about you?" And she shuts him down and is like, "No, like we need time. You don't need to say that."
I loved it.
I loved it too. But he took it as like a full-on rejection. He didn't say the word. He didn't say I love you because he says that, people leave after he says I love you. Um, but she kind of let him save face.
I guess. Yeah. I think I would be so sick of these freaking games. Like, why does everything have to be a game with this man? It's just so exhausting and immature. I'm just like, "Wait, just why can't what is so hard about being straightforward? Like, he can't even, like, he had to have his friend with the sunglasses, like, ask her direct questions. Like, what is the problem here with asking for what you want and what you need, or just saying something directly? Like,
Well,
we get
that's
it.
not what men do.
But is it? Like, I thought men were supposed to be like confrontational and like manly. I don't know. Like, it just seems,
And
yeah,
I
it's so bizarre.
it's really bizarre. She says in her, I think it was in her ITM, where he needs to learn to respect women. Yeah. And then he's sitting there crying, like he doesn't know if he'll ever see her again. And yeah, you do, because there's going to be a reunion show. So you're actually going to see her again.
But, like, I don't think, like, a lot of the times the foreign partner is on, like a video call for these things, unless they've already gotten the visa. Like, I imagine Jasmine will probably be there in person because she's probably got her
Ooh.
K1 by now.
Well, I guess I just don't have any sympathy for him.
Oh, of course not. He
Yeah.
like immediately, like, in the car to the airport, he starts to like make it about her walls and her coldness and not about any of his behavior.
Have we seen them kiss?
Yeah, they kissed the day that they met at the airport.
Oh, you're right. They did. They did. But they didn't kiss when he left.
No, it was super cold. She was like, "We'll keep in touch." Like, she
Yeah.
just
Loved
really
it.
left it. She's just
She
cool.
was done. Like how
Yeah.
I read it was like, "Hey, we tried this.
Mhm.
I'm not
Yeah.
invested. You
Yeah,
suck."
totally. Yeah.
And she
Um,
said, "Don't tell me I love you." Like I'm
yeah,
not
just chill.
not
Yeah,
to
she
bring it
did.
around to myself again, but I said something similar to Brody.
Like, save it. Save it.
No, well, it was he had texted it and then I had ignored it because he was drunk. And then a month or so later, he was like, "Do you remember that thing I texted you?" And I was like, "Yes, but I'm not gonna say anything back, so don't say it."
Cold-blooded.
I was like, "I'm warning you right now."
Wow, that's actually, that's both cold and very nice. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. But then he said it and I was like,
You can't take that back.
"I told you I wasn't gonna say anything." Then a couple months later, I said, "I think I love you." And then a couple months later, I said, "I love you." Ball was in my court, just like Violet.
Yeah. He says he didn't get to know or understand her, which is just a flat out lie. Like, you were with her for 2 weeks. You learned a lot about her. I think you learned that she doesn't wanna put up with your bullshit.
Exactly.
It like, if anything else, you know?
You did not get to know or understand her in the boxes that you want her to fit in. He's not yeah. What do you think about the next time on? I think this is a false alarm
Wait, what was it with them?
that
I
she's
forget.
pregnant.
Oh. Like, they didn't fuck when they were
They didn't
there, unless
fuck.
they lied to us. Yeah, that's bizarre.
Yeah. Okay, Amanda and Razvan.
Oh, boy.
Uh, I wrote beach day. Guess she's not on her period. She like throughout the segments of this episode, it went from her groveling just on top of him to her, like picking a fight, being her normal annoying self, to being super duper pathetic and weird.
I mean, that's all of the Amandas. There's that yeah, that's everything that she has to offer. So when she feels threatened, she gets really horny because
You think
she
she was threatened by his mom?
yes, because he said that they fucked 4 times and
Yeah.
she grabbed him. And the same thing happened after her
Mhm.
conversation with Deanna, where Deanna was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So
But
yeah, I
he's
think
yeah, you're right. You're right. But he also isn't like totally falling for it, which I like. He's like, "Sure, I'll have sex. Sex is fun."
I kind of feel I kind of feel bad for her. Like, we know now that she met her late husband in a Hooters in Florida. So I don't know what she if she was one of the waitresses, in skin tight, whatever, slinging wings, but it's just pretty clear that she kind of sees her only kind of like cachet or like leverage in a relationship to be sexuality if she's like kind of demanding sex after yeah, demanding sex after she's threatened, and then she's like licking his ear and like trying to give him another hickey when they like get to the beach and just like I don't know. She's a real enigma. I don't know what made her this way, but it's probably dark.
Oh, jeez. Sorry. We can be mature now.
I don't know if we'll ever be mature making a podcast where we just judge people on TV. Did you notice she orders french fries when his parents show up?
Yeah, orders french fries. Also, she was picking stuff off of the pizza.
Oh my god. It was like a margarita pizza. Like what else was there was just cheese and sauce.
I don't
What the
know.
fuck?
I don't know. I liked that his mom wrapped his bald head.
He just admits it. He's like, "My mom does this because I'm bald and I don't wanna get sunburned." It was pretty cute. I, like, forgot how ripped he was. I don't know how I forgot, but, like, he comes back in his swimsuit, and I'm just like, "Jesus Christ, this man is made out of marble." Like, whoa. So, he and his mom that, like, order some food, and then he and his mom go off and, like, sit on some rocks and talk about his relationship because mom had well, you don't have to have spidey sense to, like, know that Amanda's weird, even if they don't speak the same language, but they start talking about their relationship, and, like, Razvan just comes, like, right out the gate being like, "She hurt me, we fight all the time, it sucks."
Yeah, but he didn't share details, which I think is respectful.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he wasn't like,
He
"She said XYZ and it was hurtful." He was just like, "We've been fighting,
yeah, which,
and it's
like
not great."
yeah, and the mom's like, "Is she fickle?" Like, yes.
And then ITM with the mom, she says that, oh, well, Razvan says to his mom, he's like, well, I think it'll pass. I think this behavior will pass. And she's like, you're talking about this like your ex wife. That behavior did not pass. Now you're divorced. And she says that she doesn't like his mom says she doesn't like the behavior and she's not happy about this. And yeah, I hope that someday you will also have the opportunity to talk to your child about their like weird partner and tell them to cut him loose.
Only
Are you
if it's
excited
on
for
television.
yeah. um
Yes.
yeah, anything else about beach day before we get into this like weird fight
No.
at the pool hall?
Yeah. Okay, so their snooker is pool.
Is it the same thing? Is it a different game with like is snooker pool, pool snooker, or is snooker like
I'm
you
pretty
use
sure it
pool
was
balls?
snooker is pool, like billiards.
Okay. Another reason I know that she's like a bad girl is because she's really good at pool, which means
Yeah.
she probably spends a lot of time at bars.
Yeah. Also, I I loved how funny he was. He's like, "Oh, I'm so good at this. I spend lots of time here."
We saw him like skip like hit the ball and it just like go like 2 inches like in the
That's
wrong
like what
direction.
that's how I would play pool. Like
That's
I
ex
need to be reminded every time how to hold the stick, like how to do.
I have definitely been drunk enough at like a bar where I was like getting sick of my friends not like talking and having fun and they were just like really focused on pool. I've definitely just like jumped onto the pool table and just like done an angel and like fucked up the
Oh
game
my
before.
god, wait, did you get in trouble? I feel like the bartenders or, like, the bar staff would be so pissed.
No, I got in trouble with my friends.
Oh.
It was like a dive bar in Portland, nobody
Uh
cared.
Yeah, they have pretty stupid banter. Yeah, Razvan is funny, and he makes some joke about, like, "Yeah, but I look good doing it."
Yes. So then Amanda decides to ruin the night by bringing up that the vibe changed once he and his mom came back from their little chat and then he like is just like, yeah, we talked about the fights, we talked about the relationship. And did you notice that her face was kind of red? I couldn't tell if it was a lighting, but it looked like her face was like flushed.
Yeah, her face totally changed. It looked like she was talking to one of her kids. It pissed me off. She just totally shut down.
She tells him that, well, you know, because I've been in a relationship, I've been in a marriage, I know better, and you shouldn't involve other people in your relationship. It's like, it's his fucking mom.
Yeah, and like I said before, he didn't share details. Like, that's respectful. Like, getting advice on generalizations, I think is fine. Okay, I don't tell my mom a lot, but I also don't not tell her, I guess. I mean, I guess I don't tell her a lot of stuff.
You do have to be careful about what you reveal to the people that care about you most. We definitely talked about that before. 100% in this relationship anymore, anyways. So I think if he gets some, if he's like, maybe this is just venting to his mom so that she understands when he like breaks up with her later. But I don't know if he's actually trying to get advice on how to get through like a hard spot in the relationship, then maybe he does really value her opinion. She just this is like a total narcissistic tendency. She doesn't care about what he feels or like what his mom had to say about it. She just cares that she's losing face in front of his
Uh-huh.
mom.
She's trying to get the upper hand again. She's
And then she says that he wants to fight.
so toxic. Then it cuts to him being such a good influencer. He's just dedicated to his fans. Just a hard worker.
See you next month. Does he like only do it once a month or like what is I don't understand what that was about, but I love that we got to see a little bit of his like influence.
He was like
Pretty fun.
smooth. Maybe I'll subscribe to his channel.
Totally.
So there's 2 days left and she's straightening her hair. It looks like she dyed her hair. Like it's like super dark right now. Like even more so. I don't know. Just like every while she was straightening her hair, I was like, is this 2002? Am I in middle school? Like
Isn't that what you do before you go on vacation? Like, don't you get yeah, dye your hair, get your nails done, get a facial, like get waxed? Like why
yeah,
why
I
is
mean,
she
she
dyeing her
probably
hair on
didn't
vacation?
she probably didn't actually dye her hair. It just like it looks so weird to me right now. Like her part was I don't it doesn't matter. But she wants to know if he thinks they're gonna get engaged by the end of her trip. How did she say that with a straight face?
You're so delusional. So I don't know how people move through the world like this, but like I have a friend who broke off an engagement with someone he'd been with for like 9 years and they like went to couples counseling to talk about it and then he told me that the couples counselor was like, "So, partner B, like why did you think after, partner A said you hurt him in XYZ ABCEFG ways, did you think that it would be a good idea to get back together?" And partner B was like, "Well, I just thought we could just like, put that all behind us and just kind of like move forward, like, like clean slate, like whatever." And it's like, what the fuck?
No, it's not how that works. Like, we're not robots.
I know, but I mean, yeah, just complete delusion and also just complete disregard for another person's autonomous feelings. Like, not everybody's going to feel the same way you do about the same thing that happened,
It's
and that's
also
okay.
I just don't understand why she wants an engagement. It seems like she likes that narrative that, "Oh, she wasn't just talking to this hot guy online, like, they're really gonna have a future together." Like, they're committed, even though her husband hasn't been dead for a full year, and he hasn't actually met her kids, and, like, there's so many logistical factors that I just wanna strangle her and say, "Go kick rocks," like, I don't have
Did you
words.
notice did you also notice that so she talked about like grieving her husband and Razvan said something about like, well, the last 5 months. And yeah, they've been together since before her husband was dead, but then it's like they he's been there the whole time. Like they're just like admitting it here that there was like no separation between when her husband died and then she was talking to Razvan and trying to be in another relationship and being engaged. Like she's just trying to she's just like again in free fall. We've talked about this at length. She's in free fall and she for some reason thinks this engagement is going to like catch her or make or like legitimize all this crazy shit that she's doing.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head. And just like maybe she's a relationship girl, so she just which is sad.
By relationship girl, do you mean a serial monogamous
Yes,
that throws
yes,
their feelings into a relationship instead of dealing with their own shit?
yes.
Okay.
Sarah monogamous.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm a recovered serial monogamous. Can confirm that those
I'm
relationships aren't good. They're just there to keep you from thinking about what's wrong with you.
Ooh. But, yeah, I hope they break up.
I hope so.
It's the last thing I have to say about them.
The next time on looks promising that they break up.
Mhm. Yeah, who knew Razvan was gonna be the hero?
I know, right? I was just like, who is this meatball on TikTok? I mean, I didn't think like he was bad or anything, but I certainly, when I think of like a TikTok influencer with abs, I don't think, wow, yeah, what an emotionally intelligent hero.
Yeah.
So okay, I don't have anything else for
Yeah.
them. Should we go to the telenovela
The
that Gino just
telenovela. Oh my gosh. So Gino is leaving the like plaza or whatever. He's got his grocery bags. He's going to pack up.
what is
He's got all his hats. So then Jasmine comes and she wants to talk one last time. And she has these incredible lines. I'm so broken. I'm not perfect. I can't live without you.
I don't want you to stop loving me. I need to love you, Gino. She says she felt physically sick when he walked away after she broke up with him.
Yeah. She's going to earn being the most important person.
That was awful.
I disagree, Jasmine, but
do you notice when they're also having this like heart to heart about like her quote unquote like being better, that her dog is just in the middle of them being like, hey, what's up, guys? Hey, what's up?
I was pretty distracted by your nails.
Oh, also that. Yeah, it was a fun manicure.
Huge.
It's just so desperate and like gross. And I also have to remind myself that this blow up came about because he wouldn't pay for this apartment for another month.
No, it wasn't just that though.
I mean, he did call her like a spoiled bitch.
No. This blow up was from, this is where I'm like confused about the ITMs and like when they happen.
Oh, okay.
Because this particular blow up was during their joint ITM where he's like, well, you'll be number one before my family after marriage.
Right.
And
yeah.
then she's like, fuck marriage.
Right.
I had sex with Dane and it's on camera and it was good. And
that's right.
It was this like super dramatic, like she left the ITM and then
broke up with him on that bench. That's right.
Broke up with him on the bench. Then he went back to the apartment. She goes back to the apartment. But then they're still in the they're back in the ITM in the same outfits. And she's like, I'm so glad that he accepted my proposal. And I'm like, when did that happen?
And like her like plastic, I also wasn't keeping track of like her plastic surgery in the ITMs, because I think like in the one where she's like, he accepted my proposal, she has the facelift and the eye lift, but then
it's in the yellow dress.
I can't remember, but yeah, her like her face keeps changing.
There's the yellow dress one where she's solo, and then there's the like burnt orange sweater dress one where they're together.
Right. So, okay. So yeah, the yellow dress is when is probably after the fact because she has her eyes done and she has like a face.
But did they have this blow up, go and like makeup on the balcony in this telenovela, and then they go back to the hotel for their couples ITM?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean they could put him in a taxi and send him off to the airport just for filming, like it, who knows.
Yeah. But she needed to give him something.
She goes back into the apartment and comes out with the engagement ring that she told him she lost.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. She goes to give him a BJ.
Wait, what?
Oh no, she just knelt down and then proposed to herself.
Proposed to herself and says, I'm sorry for being a bitch and wanting you to upgrade this ring. She gives him the ring and she's kneeling and like wants him to like engage herself. Like, it's so weird.
Did you notice that he didn't, like, I thought that he would have gotten down on a knee too. Like, he stayed standing.
Well, he's an idiot. He doesn't, she was trying to get him into the telenovela and try and
Yeah.
show him how to act, but he's not playing. He's not taking your direction.
Can you say, I crave your smell?
I crave your smell, your hugs, your kisses.
Also, all the rings in their relationship are in plastic boxes.
That's probably just how they sell them in Panama.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
being rude, but it reminds me of carnivals.
So he takes her back and she says she will change and she will calm down. But this is like
I don't want her to.
A, B, this is the exact same problem they're always having. This is like the same exact freaking cycle that they go through like all the time.
Yeah, they love the drama.
Well, I think Jasmine loves the drama because she's good at she is writing, directing, producing, and acting in this telenovela. Gino is just there. Like, Gino, pick it up. Pick it up. Read your lines.
Just like do a little improv with her. I
Yeah,
crave your smell too, baby.
he's not yes-anding at all. You're
Yeah.
completely right. I will choose you 1 in 1,000 life. Like, what does that even mean?
Can you also say, let's take your shoes off? That was, you don't have to say it. That was so weird. They like cheers and then she's like, you want a massage? Let's take your socks off.
So weird. They like chugged a bottle of wine between the two of them and then go give him a massage.
Yeah. And then he left money on the side table and put $1,000 in her account. Must have been some great golden shower.
Oh, wait. Before they go into the massage and they're cheersing to their 10th breakup and get back together cycle, she says, I don't want to be your sugar baby. I want to be your wife. I want to be your partner. But if you want to be my sugar daddy, I won't be mad.
She's perfect. She's perfect. Yeah.
She tells us that she's not going to get this fancy ass apartment for the next month, but he is going to pay for a 6-month lease so she doesn't have to like keep moving. I'm
It's
like,
cost effective too.
this is why I feel like we were asking us the whole time. What is the lease situation in Panama? Like, why do you just have to keep going to these different Airbnbs? Just get an apartment. So bizarre. And like, why wasn't this just a compromise like 6 months ago? Like,
Well,
what?
I thought that she was going to be in the US at any given time. And now to say, okay, it's going to be at least 6 months, like maybe they're being more realistic. Maybe this is a plot gap in the telenovela that she hasn't fully figured out yet.
Yeah, this is a first draft.
Yeah. She has resentment towards immigration. She will wait as long as she needs to, and she will always be waiting for Gino. Some incredible writing, Jasmine, and acting.
Yeah. Gino says it's been the most productive trip that they've had
Because of all the peeing.
because Jasmine produced some urine. Yeah.
Produced urine, produced these fights.
He produced sperm.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, very, very
Ejaculate.
productive. Ejaculate. Yeah, very, very productive. They're gross.
That little clip where he had to take his hat off at security. Oh.
But good. Drain this man. Drain his 401k. I don't care about this man. He's weird.
Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. The donut that Christian took a big boy bite out of. The toast that Statler was covering in honey.
And honey. Ugh.
And Oh, the pizza that they were eating at the beach. Amanda and Razvan were eating at the beach.
Yeah, okay. So I am not really a sweets person. I'm definitely more of like a savory person. So I'm gonna marry the pizza. I'm gonna leave the basil leaves on it
So
throughout the
mature of you.
marriage. Yeah, throughout the marriage. Um, I think I'm gonna fuck the donut because it's like the most fun of the three. You know, it has like more going on. Also, there's a hole in
Hit it
it.
and quit it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then toast on honey. While I can imagine the appeal, it still seems kind of gross to me. So kill the honey toast. Um, okay, I have one for you. Uh, Gino's fucked up duffel bag that he like
Okay.
they showed malfunctioning like twice. Riley's like
Yeah.
Riley's like Harajuku girl baby backpack and David's gigantic
Okay. Harajuku, Jansport. Okay, let's marry the Jansport, okay? That's a utility, multi-purpose. I've got some nostalgia from, who didn't have a Jansport in elementary school. Okay, yeah, so I'm marrying the Jansport. I'm gonna fuck that Harajuku backpack. It seems like fun. And then I'll just kill everything with his Gino. He's such a grandpa. Oh.
Okay, thanks everyone. Oh, a programming note. I think we might be recording late next week because I scheduled a bike trip. I'm sorry, but
Sweet.
we will see you on Monday.
Thanks, everyone.